All right, let's talk about something you see on street corners everywhere, but probably never give a second thought to: the humble hot dog cart. It turns out this simple setup might just be one of the most powerful and underestimated business ventures out there.
I know what you're thinking. In a world of tech startups and crazy side hustles, could something so basic really be a path to financial freedom? It seems like a stretch, right? Well, we dug into the real-world experiences of actual vendors, and the answer is a huge, resounding yes. A simple cart can be so much more than just a way to sell snacks. For some people, it's literally the launchpad for a whole new life. So let's start with the most practical side of this whole thing, the money and the stability. Because this business model has some surprisingly powerful financial perks, especially if you're trying to juggle family life. I mean, just take the story of one vendor, a father of 5. He started with just some modest savings, but his hot dog cart became the engine that powered his family's dream of actually owning a home. It wasn't just about paying the bills week to week, it was about building a real foundation for their future. So why is it such a great fit? Well, the formula is pretty brilliant. The startup cost is super low, so you're not drowning in debt from day one. You can see a return on your investment incredibly fast. And the flexibility? That's a total game changer. You set your own hours, and hey, you can even get the family involved as you start to grow.
Now take a look at this number, $1,100. What do you think that represents? Well, it's the amount of money one New York vendor made
In just 2 hours. Let that sink in for a second. The speed of that return is just wild. With that kind of profit margin, he paid off his entire cart in only 2 weeks. And this is the part that really illustrates why this works. These aren't just one-off lucky breaks. It's actually baked into the business model. You've got a low entry cost and incredibly high margins. I mean, the cost of a bun and a hot dog is tiny compared to what you sell it for. It makes it a really accessible and empowering path for beginners.
But, it's not just about the money. Not even close. This kind of business also builds the person, not just their bank account. It really forges a certain kind of mindset that is absolutely invaluable. Let me tell you about Dan Rossi. He's a Vietnam veteran. This guy built an empire of almost 500 carts in New York City, and then lost it all, everything. But he didn't give up. He fought his way back, inch by inch, reclaiming a prime spot and becoming this beloved city fixture. His story just proves that in this business, resilience can be way more valuable than resources. And this was his core philosophy. In a really tough, competitive world, he just believed that integrity and persistence would win in the long run. And you know what? He was right. For him, the hot dog cart wasn't just a business. It was a battle of sheer willpower. And then you've got someone like John Carter. His whole journey started with a simple hot dog stand when he was a kid. But that's where he learned the fundamentals: marketing, sales, how to scale a business. He took that hustle and those skills and just applied them to the digital world, becoming a millionaire by the time he was 27. So the crucial takeaway here is that street vending is basically a real-world business school. It sharpens your entrepreneurial instincts and teaches you skills that you can take anywhere, all without needing some fancy, expensive degree. It's a launchpad. Okay, but what if you don't have thousands of dollars for a brand new cart? Does that mean you're locked out? Not at all. This is where creativity becomes your absolute most valuable asset. The common assumption, right, is that you need a lot of capital to get started. But the reality for so many successful vendors is completely different. They prove that you can literally turn what looks like junk into a gold mine. I like to call this the refurbish for riches method. People like this vendor named Anton find a cheap, used cart, give it some love with a fresh coat of paint and a few clever tweaks, and turn it into an absolute customer magnet. His cart, Betsy, is the perfect example. It's all about starting smart and proving that your own resourcefulness can beat a big bank account any day. So what's the big takeaway from all these stories? When you look past the big umbrella and the steam coming off the grill, what is a hot dog cart really? Well, it's a vehicle for financial stability, offering a fast and flexible way to build a future. It's a training ground for the kind of resilience that defines every successful entrepreneur. It's a launchpad for real-world business skills that can take you absolutely anywhere. And maybe most importantly, it's this powerful testament to the idea that creativity is so much more valuable than capital. All these stories show that incredible potential can be hiding in the simplest of ideas. So the next time you see a hot dog cart, maybe you'll see something a little different, a vehicle for transformation. And that leaves us with one final thought to ponder. Could a simple cart like that be your ticket to independence?